And now in the world of child psychology, there's a somewhat famous poem that was written by a research child psychologist. His name was Burton, and he wrote a poem called The Toddler's Creed. The Toddler's Creed defines well what the rules and contingencies of play are in very young children, and it reveals to us just how narrow and limited their worldview is and how self-centered their world is. So the Toddler's Creed, read quickly because I don't want to take up too much time with this, is if I want it, it's mine. If I give it to you and change my mind later, it's mine. For anyone that's played with a toddler, you can imagine this in your mind. If I can take it away from you, it's mine. If I had a little while ago, it's mine. If we are building something together, all the pieces are mine. If it looks just like mine, it's mine. If it's mine, it will never belong to anyone else, no matter what. And of course, as we hear this, it sounds quite awful, right? And yet, this is actually a reflection of what a healthy toddler would think about the world. That the objects and things and even the people in the world are theirs, that they are actually possessions that belong to them. Now, of course, some people never actually transition beyond this stage of moral and social development, and there are indeed some adults that fit the Toddler's Creed, and you're welcome to share this with them if ever you think that it might be of benefit to their self-reflection. But in all seriousness, Burton White's Toddler's Creed is really grounded in this transition from when we are infants and we have to have things delivered to us to the point where we are toddlers and we can access things in the world, but we tend to assume that they are all ours. And then the next stage is the really key stage as it relates to play, because in the next stage of development is where young children start to interact with other children, and there's an exchange and a possession and then a letting go of certain things. Learning that not everything is yours and that the entire world is not about you is one of the key contingencies that is established during play.